Pueblo Hall of Fame was established to honor those individuals who, by their extraordinary efforts, have contributed to the betterment and enhancement of Pueblo. Since its inception, the Pueblo Hall of Fame Committee, within the confines of the Pueblo Community College Foundation, has worked to identify those individuals within our community who have exemplified the spirit of giving to others and who have served to enhance the overall quality of life of Pueblo.
So I again want to welcome all of you here on behalf of the administration, the faculty, staff, and most importantly the students of Pueblo Community College. And I want you to know that we are so appreciative of the support that you continue to give our students and the support that you give to the role and mission of Pueblo Community College. And I want you to know that your return on investment is very, very important to us. And I was told to keep this short, but I want you to just know one very important statistic, that since 2011, we have increased the number of degrees awarded by 39.7%. The number of degrees awarded last year totaled 2,365 certificates and degrees. That's 2,365 highly skilled, highly educated individuals, like the students that you see here this evening, that are contributing to the dynamics of Pueblo community, and we are so proud of all of the great work that
we've speak, and also, Patty, given 5 minutes only, so I'll see how I can do, about why I support the foundation and PCC. Well, the truth is, I mean, it's really easy to be inspired by their vision and what they're trying to achieve, but it's also really easy to be inspired by their leadership. So, why does PWAC Traction Chain support the foundation and PCC? Truthfully, I was in a meeting with Patty Erjavik when she was with some of her deans of business. Jenny Sherman, I remember, was one of those in that meeting. And Patty turned around and said, when you're talking to the manufacturers in training and their training needs, try and find a way to yes. And in doing that, we've seen some incredible results in what they've done. And if you could work on my wife, Patty, so I can have an Aston Martin in the driveway and not a Honda, that would be great too. But, and sorry Barb if you're here, I love my Honda. I love my Honda. But it's an Aston Martin and James Bond drives one.
Really is why we're here this evening. I'm so proud to carry on the family tradition of helping to raise funds for the PCC Foundation. And I'm also proud of President Patty, her team, for making this school a perfect fit for Pueblo, an opportunity to get a local associate's degree or a certificate in a variety of professions that are in demand for jobs that pay well and have upward mobility. One of the things I enjoy most is being able to hear and interact with the students. Every year I try to attend the reception for scholarship students to meet the donors. I always am impressed with their stories and the impact their time at PCC has on their lives. Rarely do I talk to a student who hasn't had some challenges. And that scholarship money to help them achieve their dream of a better future is incredibly appreciated.
You know, you mentioned the Housing Authority and your mom, and it is great. You drive down the highway, you see Mineral Palace Tower there by the interstate, the Vale Hotel, Sacred Heart Orphanage, Central Grade School, Root Candy Building, the 200 block of Santa Fe across from the Art Center. That was stuff that we did, among many other things. That was fun. We had a great time. But you know, I had a great staff, and I got paid to do that. But I think the thing that I'm more impressed with or proud of is the nonprofit stuff that I did, the stuff you didn't get paid for, because I got paid for doing that other stuff. And so, you know, I harken back to my childhood. As Bob said, I was born in Connecticut, town of Naugatuck. Those of you old enough to remember imitation leather called Naugahyde, it did not come from the skins of a Naga. It came from the town of Naugahyde. Naugatuck. That's where I'm from, Naugatuck. All the industrial cities back there were famous for something. Ours was rubber. The U.S. rubber plant was there. Before Nike and Adidas, you had U.S. Keds. A lot of you probably wore them. My mother worked on the making line of U.S. Keds. My dad worked at the factory at the chemical company that made the chemicals to go into the footwear. That's what was all about Naugatuck. It was a footwear plant until all the jobs went to Argentina. So my dad was also a handyman, and you know, there's a lot of widows that lived in the area, and they would always call him, Mr. Quinn, could you come and help me? And he'd always have supper at night, and then he'd say, get a flashlight, let's go. And we'd go up and see a widow, and he would fix whatever it was. My job was to hold the flashlight. And so he never charged anybody, and he never said anything to me about it, but I guess that's kind of what you learn about maybe a way to give back to the community in terms of where do we get this start. You know, I probably should have paid more attention when he was fixing things, because on any given Saturday, you're more likely to find me at Safeway and Paul at Home Depot, because she's the fixer-upper, you know, not me.
This is just a huge honor. I want to thank everybody. As Yogi Berra said, I want to thank everyone who made this night necessary. Because there's so many, and it's just a wonderful honor. One of the greatest honors I've ever had, largely because of what it stands for, which is a whole lifetime and body of work. And I don't know why you think that I deserve it, but the fact that you do really, really humbles me.
Our story started with my grandfather, who came to Pueblo as a place of opportunity, the Arkansas Valley Bank, and went on with my mother and father, who loved this community. And what they loved about it was Pueblo's sense of place. I don't know if you realize how wonderful it is. You have water, plenty of water, thanks to Bob Rawlings. And you have a beautiful community. Lots of people who care about each other, care about education, care about civic events, art, the environment. My parents felt so deeply and strongly about this community. I just can't say enough, and I know that from heaven, they're looking down and they know all of the friends, all of you whose lives they have touched and whose lives touched theirs. It mattered so much to them. They cared so much for this community. And I have to say thank you on behalf of my siblings who are here, and we'd like to present you with a gift, because we feel that this community is so very special. And yes, I did go to Central.
Warm words on a cold evening, a full moon on a dark night, and a road downhill all the way to your door. That's our choice.